BBBubbz, how are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing well, man. I'm really excited for this. I've seen you do a bunch of these, and I've been watching all of them tonight.
Wonderful!
This is fucking awesome.
How was your stream earlier? I heard that you were adding edible or adding more marijuana to your food. Is that true?
So for every 5 gifted, I put 2.5 milligrams of THC into my finished plate. So today we got up to 5.5 milligrams. So
okay,
you know, but I'm also like smoking all during stream and everything like that. So it's kind of like, you know.
So 5 for you is
pretty
like
well dosed
already. Okay, but you're good.
Yeah.
You're on a good level. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, 5 milligrams is like walk in the park, man. I'm going to like a children's school play for my nieces.
Okay,
you know, and I'm cognitive. I'm cognitive enough to like watch it and understand it.
Okay,
you know, but high enough to be like, nah.
Yeah, this is not. I'm just very glad that you added like went to the school play for my niece. Because if you stop the sentence that I went to a school play for children, I would have been like, maybe the show's over like early today. Like maybe we're good. We don't need.
I realized what I said. I'm like, no, I have nieces and they do this kind of. I want to make sure it's clear. Like I'd be going to my niece's like school play or something.
Yeah,
like
I just want to quantify and qualify a lot of stuff. Miss Slaughter in chat says I take 50 milligrams to get started. I would never do any of those things ever. That's illegal.
I did.
That's illegal in Ohio, guys.
I did three dabs at the beginning of stream because of chat. That's not illegal in Nevada though.
That's
so
true.
Okay.
It's not illegal, but it is in Ohio, and I would never do such a thing that would facilitate illegality. I'm by the book 100%. BBBubbz, tell everyone what you do on the internet for me, please.
I cook various amounts of dishes. Sometimes Chad helps me come up with them. Sometimes they're just shot off from the hip. We consume a lot of cannabis in a recreational way, in a very lawful and legal fashion. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I just got into the new digs, so it's kind of like figuring out the flow and doing all that. So come on by, say hi.
Wonderful. That's what I like to hear. What was the dish that you cooked today?
I don't know if there's a name for it. There probably is, but I did some curried yams with like Moroccan flavored lentils and merguez and a little yogurt on top.
That sounds good. I don't have a name for that, but I would.
I don't have a name for it either. It was like stewed lentils over yams with yogurt. It was delicious.
Hell yeah. BBBubbz, have you played Dungeons and Dragons before?
I have.
Did you like it?
I do like it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna ruin it then.
After this?
I'm gonna ruin it. I'm gonna ruin any fun you've ever had in your life, BBBubbz. Shall we get started with your campaign, good sir?
Please,
okay.
Please.
Let's get on the computer. Let's do this. All right, BBBubbz, your campaign is called Picky Customer. Okay. I'm sure you've run into this before. I didn't want to do a weed one. I feel like that's a little on the nose. So I went for the second joke, the second obvious joke, okay?
Right. There's 2 of them.
Your name is Frank Gerber. You are 36 years old. Is that okay?
That's great.
Perfect. Okay, let me read your scenario. You hit too many snoozes on your alarm, and now you're late for work. You rush out the door with everything you need and peel out of the driveway in your 2008 mint green Dodge Caliber and head to work. You head into the parking lot of the restaurant called We Have So Many Eggs and head inside. You clock in, get things prepped, and begin to deal with the breakfast rush. Your manager, Carl, yells at you for being late, but nobody respects Carl after he almost burned down the place cooking French toast, so you don't care. The breakfast rush ends, and things are rather quiet. As you're cleaning, you get a new order for scrambled eggs with cheese and a side of toast. Easy. You cook the eggs and get that toast on the plate and send it out. Moments later, it comes back, and the waiter says, the customer says this is the worst eggs they've ever eaten. How do you proceed?
All right, I'm gonna pause a moment, kind of look at him blankly, grab 2 forks, set it on the pass between us, and take a bite out of it and offer him to take a bite really quick too. I say, let's see if this is the worst eggs we've both ever had in our lives.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for eating eggs. You roll a 5. So you do cut the egg and you put in your mouth. You do the fork hits the inside of your mouth and you do puncture a little bit, just a little bit. So the little bit of blood gets in the mixture of the eggs, and the waiter eats a little bit of the eggs as well and says, I guess it's fine. I mean, it's eggs, Frank. I mean, you know, but they're telling me it's the worst they've ever had. They also said other terrible things about the eggs, but I kind of like cut it down a little bit. You don't need to hear all the things they said.
So what does she want? She wants more eggs? Is she gonna complain about those? Does she want something different? What's the issue here?
She just said that she wants you to do another pass at it. She said I offered her a chance for you to redo the eggs. And
right.
She accepted.
All right. So taking a swig of my water to wash the iron flavor out of my mouth.
Okay. Roll for
I
water.
grab.
You rolled a 17. You do drink the water successfully. Yes. Good job.
Yes. I grab 2 eggs and crack it onto the flat top with a little bit of oil and start to scramble the eggs up, adjusting with salt and pepper and a little bit of butter.
I'm gonna roll for you cracking the eggs. You roll a 10. So you crack the eggs on the flat top, and there are a couple of pieces of the egg shell that kind of get mixed in the fray. But you start cooking it up. You start scrambling those eggs, baby. You start doing the methods. What's the best way to scramble those eggs, BBBubbz?
Best way to scramble is when you get the butter on there a little bit melted, and then you crack the eggs on there, and you just start mixing that together on the flat top on low heat.
Okay.
Until it just starts to get nice incorporated in the curd sets.
Okay.
You know, season it with salt and pepper just at the end.
Okay. Is that how you want to make these eggs, or you want to make them a different way?
No, that's how I want to do them.
Okay. You're gonna make them.
That's how I want to do them. I want to do them.
Make them that way. I like it. So you start mixing them. I'm gonna roll
soft
for
scramble.
this. You rolled a 1. So unfortunately, you start mixing the eggs and you realize that you did not put any oil or butter down, and you just start kind of overcooking those eggs. And you just start mixing them and chopping them and mixing them. Those eggs are starting to get those crusty bits that you get like kind of on the side of the pan when you cook it a little too long, because you're just mad at this person. No one ever disrespects you or your establishment. We have so many eggs, and you're just going to town on these eggs. You're just ripping them a new one.
Yep. I think at this point, I'm just in a hungover, blind rage over these eggs.
You are a cook. I would assume you are hungover at all times.
Yeah, at all times. I grab the appropriate plate, scoop up the eggs, slap it on there with some cheese, and just throw the whole plate into the oven. Not even like a light throw, just throw the whole fucking thing in there. Okay,
I'm gonna roll for aggressive ovening. I don't know if that's a thing, but you roll a 6, so you do shove it in there with maybe too much force, because you are stronger than you think you are, and you break some of the plate off into the oven. And you start cooking that cheese on a high broil. You're broiling that piece of cheese. Okay, so that's in the oven. What do we do next?
All right, I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put it onto a new plate. Just slide it directly off of that gross plate, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to put a piece of parsley and orange wedge on the plate. Classic. And put it in the window and ring the bell.
You rolled a 1. So as you try to transfer, the eggs, half of them go on the floor, and half of them go on the plate. You do slip on some of the eggs on the ground, and you do hit the ground. The plate does not break, but it's there. It didn't make it to the window yet. And by the way, they did also ask for toast, but you could choose not to give them toast. You did give them an orange wedge and a parsley, a perfect diner experience, in my opinion.
You know, at this point, I'm just, do I hate my job or do I hate my life? And I decide in that moment that it's the job that I hate. So I grab the toast from off of the upper sill and I grab just a raw egg and I walk out to her table and I slam the bread on the table and I crack the egg over the bread, just staring at her dead in the eyes the whole time.
Okay.
And then I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot cheese."
I'm going to roll for this power play. You rolled a 16. So you take the bread and you walk out and you go up to the table and you crack the egg over the bread, and then you said, "Oh, I forgot the cheese." As there is a slight pause and you take a step back because no one's talking, and you realize that this woman is with her family. There's two little kids there, and it looks like it's a mommy and kids day, and the kids look very afraid of you and upset. The woman is absolutely shocked by this behavior, this power play. Although, albeit very cool and movie-like, is not how real life works, unfortunately. And she is frightened by you as well. How do you proceed?
I grab a coffee off the table next to us. And I start sipping it. And I said, "Did you want mozzarella or sharp cheddar? I just forgot. I'll go get it." And I just sip the coffee while I wait for the response.
You rolled a natural 20, baby. You take the coffee off of someone else's table, and it's perfect diner coffee. That perfect burnt taste that I love and adore, and you cannot get it anywhere else. You can't make it at home. You can't get it at the Starbucks. You can't get it at the Dunkin' Donuts. You gotta get it at the diner. It's the perfect temperature. It's amazing. You sip that while you give this about the mozzarella cheese, asking what cheese she wants. She looks down and some tears are rolling down her face, and it's kind of hitting the plate because you just did another crazy thing in front of her and her children, and she feels like her life is in danger. And she just said, "I just wanted scrambled eggs with cheese, please." How do you proceed?
I finished sipping the coffee. I say that it'll be coming right up. And I walk back. I take off my apron. And I tell the dishwasher that I've got some things to figure out in life and that he should jump on the line.
What kind of tone do you say this in? I want to make sure I get the tone right.
It's kind of like, the mile long stare where you just see everything in the clear. Like you finally, you finally see like the world in a way that's like, what am I doing with my life? And you go from there.
Oh.
It's any line cook's realization at one point in their life.
I'm sure this happens more often than not at a Denny's in some capacity. You rolled a 12.
Waffle House.
So the dishwasher hears your speech about you trying to figure out things and you should get on the line. And the dishwasher looks at his watch and says, I'm actually supposed to go on break now, and he just leaves to go on break. He just like walks. He doesn't have a car. He just like walks just away. Where do we go from here?
I compile myself. I go back. I clean up the line from what it was, and I make the eggs again.
Okay, you make the eggs again.
This time with the cheese, with the toast, with the parsley and the orange.
You roll a 14. You do all of those things, and you put the eggs and the cheese on there, and you look at the plate. Do you want to get a waiter to serve it? Do you want to serve it? What do we want to do with this?
I'm going to walk it out to the table, set it down, and say, this and every meal for the next week are on us. Enjoy. Have a great day. And then I look at the kids and I say, how are the pancakes?
Okay. You roll a 12. So you put the plate down in front of her. You tell her that you're comping this meal and every meal for the next week. And you ask the kids about the pancakes, and they look at the pancakes, and they look at you, and they look at their mom who's crying into her scrambled eggs, and they look at you again, and they go, it could be better. It's kind of dry.
And I do what every cook does in this moment, and I just take a big bite of that shit sandwich, and I say, good notes, kid. Good notes. And I look at my manager and say, I'm going to have a smoke real quick.
Okay, so you're gonna go have a smoke. Your manager, Carl, says you can go ahead. Ooh, you roll a natural 20 once again. You go out and you light up the cigarette of the gods. This is a fantastic cigarette. It hits all the notes, everything that you want in a cigarette, done. Nicotine, nailed it. Fire, nailed it. Perfect cigarette. Oh. Inhale, exhale, all hails. Whatever you need, baby. You got that right cigarette. There. What do we how are we feeling about the job? This is a whole new perspective on your life right now. So
It is. You know, it's like I don't know if this is exactly where I thought my day was gonna go, but I reach into my back pocket and I pull out my emergency flask, and I just give it a little shake to see how much is in there.
Okay. I'm going to roll to see how much is in the flask. You rolled a 9. So it's a little less than half, and it's not the best whiskey. It's okay. It's not great.
I'm going to take just a quick little swig off it, maybe a quick second one.
Yeah. Let's roll for that real quick. You roll a 4, so you take the first one successfully. The second one, some of the whiskey goes down the wrong pipe, and you cough a whole bunch. It is bad. It is. Oh, that hurts.
I know that one.
Yeah,
I know that cough.
Yeah, that's a bad cough. All right, so you got the smoke break out of the way. You took a little bit of whiskey. What do you want to do from here?
Get back to work.
You want to get back to work? Okay.
Let's keep cooking for these people.
You walk back in.
We're gonna finish what we started here today.
You want to redo the pancakes then?
You know what? Those kids are too scarred. Even great pancakes isn't gonna fix the mental anguish that I've put on them today, nor their parents. I feel like they just need to walk away from this with a smile on their face. So I'm gonna come to the line. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna check the machine and see if there's a new ticket that came in.
Okay. You rolled a 12. No new tickets at all.
No.
Nothing.
All right.
Just
Cool.
just that one table. That's it, with the mom and her 2 kids. That's all that's there.
All right. Slow day. Yeah. Slow day. Slow day on the line. Well, then I'm going to call up the manager, and I'm going to say to him, look, Mickey, Frank Gerber doesn't take a lot of personal days in his life, but today I think would be a good day if maybe you just brought in the night cook a little early and got me the fuck out of here, Frank Gerber. Okay? I'm having an existential crisis. I just yelled at that poor woman and cracked an egg on her.
You rolled a 19. So you contact your manager, Mickey, about wanting to leave early because you've had this kind of horrific day, ruining other people's lives potentially. Not really yours, but just theirs. And he says, you know what? I will call the other cook. Don't worry about it. You're free to leave. And he hangs up the phone.
With that, I take my apron, I hang it up, I go sit at the counter and order a beer off of the tap and a coffee.
Okay. You roll a 15. All that happens. And you get a nice beer and you get a nice coffee. You can hear the mom and the kids' table. The kids are complaining about the food, how it's just so terrible, and why couldn't we have gone to McDonald's or, Burger King or Wendy's? And they're just yammering. The mom is silent. She's still crying into her scrambled eggs that you cook for her. She can't handle this anymore. She's just a single mom trying her best, trying to have a nice meal with her kids. The kids are yelling. This is a good pivotal moment. I would say you got about one more action that you want to do.
You know what? I'm going to go up and I'm just going to double down on the trauma. I'm just going to double down on the trauma, I think. I'm just going to slug my beer. I'm going to take the coffee. I'm going to walk over and I'm just going to pour it onto their pancakes. And I'm going to say, are they moist now, you little shit bag? And then I look at the mother and say, my condolences. And then I just leave.
So you leave and you walk off. The night cook comes in, covers the rest of your shift. You go home, and the next day on the news, you see that woman's face that you made cry with the scrambled eggs. Apparently, she is wanted by the FBI for kidnapping those 2 kids. The kids were trying to use the pancakes as a sign for help, and now they are gone. And you could have helped them, Frank. But you survived your No Dungeons, No Dragons experience. How are you, BBBubbz?
Traumatized now. Darker than I win. What the?
You won. Good job. You won. Doesn't mean other people don't. Sometimes other people have to lose for you to win. I don't know what to tell you. The endings. What do you have to say for yourself and this fine crowd before I let you go, good sir?
I wish I made better choices.
We all do. It's fine in life and in love.
Frank Gerber.
Frank, he tried his best. Please, folks, Follow BBBubbz. What are you cooking next? When are you cooking? What are you cooking next?
You know, actually, we're just going to be watching cooking videos tomorrow and doing reactions to it. It's going to be super chill.
Awesome.
We do it every Friday. So, yeah, it'll be there tomorrow at 3. So, thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you so much.
Hilarious.
I really appreciate it. You have a good one, and don't worry about those kids, okay? Don't worry about them
Not at all.
They're going to be just fine. All right, good night, bud.